forward by USA number 40, Loren, Meyer. At center, bump to lane number 18, John Hot Rod Williams. At guard from Auburn, number 11, Wesley Person. And at guard from California, number 7, KJ Kevin Johnson. Oh, this is for the 1915 on
Here are discount car rental Pistons starters tonight. NBA Player of the Week, Grant Hill, along with Otis Thorpe and Don Reed. And Joe D. and Lindsey Hunter and Doug Collins backcourt. Cedric Ceballos and the much improved Loren Meyer with Hot Rod Williams, Wesley Person, and Kevin Johnson in the backcourt for Danny Ainge and the Suns. And the officials: John Corbin on your left, the original Ed Rush in the middle, and Mark Wunderlich on the right of your screen. KT, what are the keys to winning?
Well, quickly, George, I think they need to contain the Phoenix running game. How do you do that? Well, you make Ceballos and KJ perimeter players, and that's our second key. Got to keep them outside because they like to slash and go to the hole. And lastly, I think tonight's key for offense will be execution. This Phoenix team gives up a lot of points. I think if you just execute, you'll get the shots you want. And interesting to watch to see how the bench play. Phoenix's bench has been outscored 7 of the last 10 games. We'll see how the Piston bench responds tonight.
Pistons playing game 4 of their 6-game West Coast trip, the longest trip of the season. And there's the Meteor Skycam that made the trip.
Everybody's on the trip.
It's a cast of thousands. The Suns win the tap and go to work in front of the Piston bench here in the first half. Person with the long gun. Around and off to Don Reed. Grant Hill comes to work after 53 superstar minutes at the Forum in LA on Saturday night.
Well, Doug got them to recharge their batteries yesterday, and I think they'll be ready to play tonight. Now they know how important it is.
Don Reed swings up the hook but doesn't hit it. Here come the Suns. Kevin Johnson going baseline, gets to the paint, has to go back outside. Hot Rod, fall away inside. Person, and it's perfect, and a foul. Joe D with a Person.
Yeah, Person's the scorer, George. Of course, you know, Joe Dumars plays great defense, but Phoenix moves the ball around. Person with a quick slash and a fadeaway, got a little push from behind from Joe. He's got range. And of course, is a great jump shooter.
That was a tough shot, but sometimes those can be easier. You don't think about them. Person's field goal percentage, 48% first year, 44 last year, and below 44 this year. So it's sinking. Grant Hill takes it to the rim, and it's 3-2 Phoenix.
That's where they're dangerous.
In a hurry, KJ to Loren Meyer, and they break after the make.
George, that's what makes Phoenix such a dangerous team. We talked about them being 14-12 since the terrible start. When you got players like KJ and Ceballos who get up and down the court, you've really got to keep them in front of them, maybe double a lot. Don't let them get all the way to the rim.
There's Grant Hill against Ceballos in the matchup. Inside for Otis, it gets by him. Hustled down by Reid, but he walks. Still good hustle by Don Reed.
Like the Pistons, the Phoenix Suns are not a big team by any means, and they've had so many changes, George. I'm not sure that they still have to introduce themselves to each other when they tip it off.
I like how they've ended up, even if Jason Kidd's hurt right now. Ceballos fires and fills it. 7-2 Suns.
He's a guy that's improved his jump shot a little bit. I still think that's what you got to give him, because he's dangerous going to the hole, but you got to respect him a little bit out there as well.
Joe D against Person. Grant Hill gets an Otis screen. Now he guns, and it goes. He ripped the net.
Well, anything he does doesn't surprise me. And just a fantastic player. I'm sure he puts a lot of fear in the people that have to defend him. What's he going to do? Pull up, drive by me, or pass?
Loren Meyer inside. Don Reid stepped in front of the runaway freight train. But we're going to get the block called on Don anyway.
See KJ with a nice bounce to Meyer. Don Reid, good hustle, just a second late.
Meyer came from Dallas in the blockbuster trade. And there's Jason Kidd, who was the big name in the trade as far as the Suns are concerned.
Co-rookie of the year with one Grant Hill a few seasons back.
On the shelf now with a collarbone injury. Loren Meyer missed them both. Lindsey gets an Otis screen. The long gun won't go. The long rebound to Chuck Person's brother, Wesley Person. And as he slows the dribble down, Don Reid, who was in overdrive, ran him down. That's 2 quick fouls on Don Reid.
Nothing you can really do about that. Person changed direction, and with Don Reid running up his back, got right in front of him and knocked him over.
There's a step in front steal by Grant. Telegraph pass inside for Ceballos. Joe D from downtown. Short to Loren Meyer. Now Kevin Johnson. We played 3. The Pistons trail by 3 in Phoenix, 7-4. AJ to the cutter. It's Meyer. Dropped it. Quick hands for Lindsey, and here come the Pistons. Lindsey let it drop to Ceballos.
I think Lindsey got so deep he should have shot that basketball.
Pass whipped to Kevin Johnson. Now Ceballos. Around and off to Grant Hill. Still 7-4 Suns. 8.5 to play in the first. Grant Hill works against Ceballos with a Don Reid screen. Now he gets a screen from Otis. Over Hot Rod Williams. In and out. Rebound comes to Person.
Yeah, that play broke down right from the start. I don't think they wanted to screen there. Had to improvise.
Meyer down low. He hooks and he hits.
Meyer, since he's come over, George, 18 minutes a game, getting 8 points and 4 boards, so he's made a contribution, and I'm sure he's thrilled about getting some consistent minutes.
In his 4th straight start against the Knicks in the win, 16 points, 9 boards in 31 minutes. Otis gives it up to Grant. Clock at 5 for Joe D. The hang glide gun goes for Joe.
Beautiful. You make the extra pass, you're going to find someone open.
9-6 Phoenix. Kevin Johnson with the lefty drive, switches it to the right and lays it in.
Just so quick to the hole and good with either hand. And, you know, you're talking about going against a guy, Lindsey Hunter, who's had a great year defensively. He knows he's got his hands full tonight.
Otis on the drive. Don Reid lays it in. Count it and a foul. Otis unselfish. Had a chance to power it down, but gave Don Reid the sugar.
Yeah, that was beautiful. We're going to see Otis. No one watching him. He takes it to the hole as you should. Avoids the charge. And a pretty bucket by the Chief.
Loren Meyer with the foul, his first. Don drills it. 11-9 Suns. 7:06 to play first quarter in Phoenix. Hot Rod Williams flips it to Ceballos inside Grant for the scoop off the high glass. Missed the reverse to Otis. Go with a deep bounce to Don Reid. Missed the finger roll. Otis inside. Trying to force it up. No. Tap by Don Reid. No. Rebound Hot Rod Williams to Person. Wesley Person backs Joe down.
Oh, beautiful.
Blocked by Grant Hill.
Boy, did Grant attack that. He knew Joe needed help after he fell down, and Grant went right to the shooter's hand. Got it just as he left his hand shooting.
Big play in the defensive end for the Pistons superstar. Shot clock at 6 for Joe. Otis screens, pass tapped away, picked up by Lindsey in the corner. 2 on the clock, gunning no. Off the iron to Williams. Hot rod to Kevin Johnson. 6:09 to play in the first. Pistons down a deuce to the Suns, 11-9. Ceballos to the baseline, to the rim. You heard the whistle. And we're going to get a timeout. A step out called on Ceballos. 5:58 to play in the first. 11-9 Suns on the Pistons television network. Stay tuned at halftime for the Dunham's halftime report. Tonight at the half, a look at the people behind the scenes that do all the wonderful Pistons 3D animation. That's the Dunham's halftime report. We'll also pick our Dunham's player of the game. Brought to you by Dunham's, the Midwest's largest sporting goods chain with over 110 locations. Watch this block by Grant Hill.
He is so good off the basketball. You're going to look at a guy with a super fastball, George. It's Randy Johnson from the Mariners.
He can wing it.
Oh boy, and at that size, he can play power forward in this league.
Pistons go to Grant. He's 2-time. 11-9 Suns. 5:42 to play in the first. Lindsey with a great crossover. Over KJ with a force. Gets his own rebound. Sticks it back. No. Don Reid with an offensive board. And a fresh 24. No. Lindsey trying to save it and stepped out.
Now Lindsey made a great move. Like you said, but KJ with some pretty good defense made Lindsey change his shot in the air.
Pistons at 4 for 13. Phoenix 5 for 9. Here's Kevin Johnson. Screen and roll with Hot Rod. Behind the back bounce inside the Hot Rod. Great feed to Ceballos. And Cedric Ceballos has drawn the foul. Don Reid's third. Pick your poison. The Chief very physical. And on comes the man with the long gun.
Okay, how about the pass by KJ?
Mills.
No wonder he's got 6,000 and plus assists. It's passes like that lead to buckets.
Number 6, Terry Mills in the Pistons lineup. For 52, Don Reid. Number 15, Manning.
Going to 16th, by the way, in history is Kevin Johnson with 6,000 assists. Loren Meyer sits down. Danny Manning will replace him. Danny Manning now in the 9th year of an injury-plagued career. ACL on both knees. Ceballos has 4 as he sticks them both. Phoenix by 4. 5 to play in the first. Joe D. Hosting person. Nice deep dish to Otis for the dunk.
Now, as we talked about execution, Joe with the drive. And Otis following in right behind him. The good bounce and the flush.
Pistons trail by 2. 13-11. Person, no shot there against Joe. Now Hot Rod screens. Inside on the screen and roll to Williams. Laid it in, but he took an extra step. And Sean Corbin caught him.
Good call, absolutely.
4 Phoenix turnovers. There's Danny Ainge, who played on 6 teams that won 60 or more games and 2 that won 59. 6 times in the finals. He knows about W's.
Play that many times or involved that many different types of games, you'll pick up a lot of things along the way. Plus he played with some great players.
Screen and roll. T-Mills inside with the double pump and he sticks it. Terry operates in the lane. It's 13-all.
Terry's been playing very well off the bench. A big contributor in the LA win as well.
I think he's got to be a strong 6-man candidate. Manning misses. T-Mills boards. 3:50 left in the first. Pick and roll, Grant and Otis. Now Terry's screen. Grant misfires. Ceballos spinning out with a rebound. Cedric Ceballos with a crossover. Knocked away. Swipe by Lindsey. The pickpocket to the rim. Fires it in.
That's great. Great help. Great anticipation. Ceballos came to the middle. Lindsey fouled behind him and just swiped it away from him, strong to the hole.
Pistons by 2. Manning to the rim. Otis boards for Joe. 6-0 run. Joe gets it back. Clock at 15. Now the turn and gun. Around and off to Manning. Person for 3. Otis boards and hands to Grant. Pistons up 2, 15-13. Just under 3 to play in the first.
And you see Doug get up and say, let's slow it down a little bit. Let's run our tempo. Let's run our execution and pick them apart. That's why they have that record that they have.
Grant with a crossover, got a screen from Terry, missed the scoop, but drew the foul. Danny Manning's foul and a timeout. 2:40 left in the first. 15-13 Pistons in Phoenix on the Pistons Television Network. For Amphitheater of the Year. That'll be announced later in January. Wonder who those guys are that always finish second. They've got to be getting frustrated.
I'd say we own that.
Might want to retire that one. Grant Hill makes twice and has 6.
I bet you that mantel's getting crowded.
Yeah, congratulations to everybody involved in the Palace and Pine Knob. But the Palace, 7 times in 9 eligible years. That's awesome. Kevin Johnson's pass, swiped by Otis. Pistons lead 17-13. You can call during our telecast, you know, for tickets to the 3 games we just talked about, including one against the Suns. Cross-court feed, swipe by Person. Look at Lindsey getting behind and stealing. Banged it off. Person to Michael Curry, who's come on.
That's the 3rd time he's done that, George. Coming from behind, not aware that Lindsey's getting back involved in the play. Great hustle.
7 turnovers for Phoenix. Lindsey making a mess of their offense. Now he fires in and out, but back in again.
He deserves it. He's been a pest. As far as the Phoenix Suns are concerned.
A triple, and the Pistons have them down by 5. Kevin Johnson nearly lost the dribble. Person gunning, though. T. Mills with great position on Manning. Rips the rebound down. The Pistons now on an 11-2 run. Baseline bounce by T. Mills, swipe by Person. No look to Manning. Person misses. Otis with the board.
Boy, Ceballos missed the bunny in there. That time wide open, a good interior pass.
Otis with 5 boards. Terry Mills for 3. Out of bounds. Final minute, first quarter. The Pistons lead them 20-13. You see Doug Collins?
He thought that game the other night in LA was real special, like everyone else did.
Oh, that was sensational.
And he earned it.
In the penalty, number 1, Lindsey Hunter.
Lindsey Hunter over for the foul. 33.9 seconds to play in the first.
1 plus the penalty for 2 shots.
It's always tough, George, after a big game like that against a good team. Make sure you keep your head into the next game to follow it up and not have a letdown. That's a natural instinct. But I can tell you that Doug has relayed that message.
Yeah, he reminded him of that
after
practice today. He's into it. You see Johnny Bach on his right and John Hammond behind him. By the way, great story in LA among a lot of other great ones was 9 Lindsey Hunter rebounds. Clock clock at 14, a little over 20 seconds to play in the first. Otis has Ceballos inside. He likes the looks of that, and they'll have to mug him and foul him.
That's just a smart play. They had an interior switch. Bryant out on Grant Hill. Ceballos ended up with Thorpe. You'll get a look from the sky cam. Otis just backing down the smaller Ceballos until he couldn't take it anymore, and he grabbed him.
14.2 seconds to play here in the first. Pistons 20 and Phoenix 15. As you see Litterial Green checking in.
Grant Long into the Pistons lineup.
And Grant Long.
Number 3, Rex Chapman into the Suns lineup.
For Grant Hill and Terry Mills. Rex Chapman, former KT teammate in Charlotte, off the Suns bench.
Rex coming off an injured ankle and not 100% healthy, but
he can score.
Another one of those guys, like Person, has range and can score like you said, George.
Otis gets them both.
Street player can be dangerous.
Pistons trying to lock him up. Kevin Johnson inside for Ceballos. Sticks it with the slam. Now we have 7/10 of a second to play here.
They're going to change that.
We may reset this time clock. Boy, do they ever. It's up at 2.8 now. It's the original Ed Rush. Gives the Pistons at least a fighting chance.
Somebody forgot to put their finger on the button.
Litterial trying to get it off from midcourt. Does, but it's short. At the end of one, it's the Pistons by 5, 22-17 over the Suns and Phoenix. This is the Pistons Television Network.
That health report is what I need.
HQ quick stats. So the Pistons outscoring them up front 13-10. They outboarded them 14-8 in the first. They finished the first with a 13-6 run. They lead 22-17. Grant Hill back on the floor. The turn and gun won't go for Grant. Grant Long inside, fighting Mark Bryant from the board. And Grant Long gets the loose ball foul. Young Steve Nash, the Santa Clara rookie. In the backcourt now for Phoenix. He and Wesley Person, who has it on top now against Grant Long. Steps foul line, gets it. Chapman, Manning, and Bryant also on the floor for Phoenix. Grant Hill, Otis, Terry Mills, Grant Long, and Michael Curry for the Pistons. 22-19 Pistons. First minute, second quarter. Grant Hill has Chapman. It's a screen from Terry, bounces to him in the post. He is two-time, looking for the open man, but a step in front steal by Nash. Four-court Person. Fakes it. Deep to Chapman for the long gun. No. Rebound Mike Curry. Even Grant Hill tells his teammates to slow it down. Terry Mills inside against Manning. Backs and bumps, hooks, and hits.
Yeah, good roll that time. Last time down, Terry was doubled. He had Otis Thorpe open and didn't see him, but that time kept it himself. A good strong move inside with a little right-handed jump hook.
They swing it to Nash. Crossover to go baseline. Nice, good-looking bounce inside from Manning. Missed it, cries foul, no whistle. Grant Hill with the board. 3 rebounds, 6 points, 2 feeds already. Grant Long from the way. He rips the net. That's a triple for Grant Long.
Grant Long can shoot those.
Maybe not like his cousin, but who can?
At one time he was shooting there 50%, now at 37. Or maybe it's coming back to him.
Offensive foul. It's on Manning. And a technical foul also on Danny Manning.
A technical foul has been assessed to number 15.
Look at this against Terry Mills.
The isolation
Number 12, Michael Curry.
Manning with the illegal screen against Michael Curry, and then to compound the situation, had some something to say. Good work by our cameraman.
And of course, Danny Ainge, who of course never complained about a call, especially when he was playing.
Danny's feisty, but you know what? That's what makes you a good player.
Well, you know what? Other players got aggravated, but they respected it. Pistons get the make from Michael Curry on the tech, and they have the ball in a 9-point lead. Otis banged by Bryant. And Mark Bryant, who was leading with his shoulders, has been hit with a foul.
And that's exactly why he got the foul. He leaned into Otis, almost saying, hit me in the chin. You're going to look at it. Watch the defense. He chests up to him right there, and as Otis tries to wade through, he's not giving him room to make his move.
Looks like an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Grant to the rim. Blew by Chapman. And it's 30-19.
That's a tough guard for Rex with that tender ankle. It's a nightmare to have to guard Grant Hill either way.
Bryant turning, gunning over Otis. And it looked like Danny Manning with a hand in the cylinder tapped it in, but they get away with it. If it's legal, they got to give it to Bryant. 30-21 Pistons. Outside, down goes Manning, down goes Otis. Inside to Grant Long. Now Michael Curry trying to cross over, lost it, gets it back, shovels to Grant, 2 on the clock. Outside to Grant Hill, tried to touch it up in time, but no. They don't beat the buzzer, but give him credit for full tilt hustle here.
Another screen involving Danny Manning. This time the takedown. He's upset. They locked arms. No call. And I think this game has gotten to the point where it's now considered physical.
Nash misses. Pistons jumping over each other and knock Bryant down in the process. But the Suns get it back with a new clock. Nash. And he'll get the tripping call against Grant Hill. But was it over his own feet? Grant not happy about the call.
No, things have gotten
Did he get too close to Ed Rush?
Gotten a little chippy.
Number 4, Joe Dumars returns to the Pistons.
Joe D's back. Otis sits down for the Pistons. I didn't see a trip there. He just slipped. No wonder Grant's hot. Ceballos looking inside from Manning against Terry Mills. And he hooks and he hits off the high glass.
That's a tough shot.
Yeah, it was. Pistons 30, Phoenix 23. Joe D against the young fella. Now Grant Hill against Ceballos. Shot clock at 5 for Grant. Drives Manning. All kinds of contact, and he tipped his own shot in. And Sean Corbin will get him for the offensive foul. Boy, that's tough. That's a second on Grant. And right now, for whatever reason, the officials will let this thing get just a little out of hand.
Now you see Grant takes the ball to the hole. Puts up the shot. I like the move. Just get it up there and rebound your own miss, but they got him with the push-off as he attempted that shot.
Sits down with 8 points, 3 boards, and 2 feeds, and 7.5 to play in the half. Pistons lead him 30-23. Chapman inside for Manning and a kick ball. And a fresh 24 as Joe D kicks it away. 7:27 to play in the half. You see Grant Hill on the Piston bench with 2 fouls. Pistons lead by 7. Ceballos cutting inside, swings it up left side.
Ceballos from Chapman.
Pretty good interior cut by Ceballos. Too deep. He's a slasher. Likes to get inside the area of the paint.
Suns right now look energized. 7:04 to play in the half. 5 on the clock. Curry for 3. Michael Curry misses. Here comes Nash. Steve Nash from Santa Clara. In trouble inside against Lindsey. Topside bouncing to Ceballos for 3. Off the iron. Bryant knocks Joe out of the way of the rebound.
Boy, did he ever.
Gives it up to Nash. Sean Corbin let that one go. Manning fakes the flop. Doesn't get the call on the miss. We have 6 and 20 to play in the half. Pistons 30 and the Suns 25 in Phoenix. Joe D gets a Terry Mills screen. And a switch against Ceballos. And that'll be an offensive foul. And we'll get a timeout. 6:06 to play in the half. Pistons 30, Phoenix 25 on the road on the Pistons Television Network.
So I might do a little rearranging of that.
There's Joe D. We saw Terry before that. Nash, Ceballos, Chapman, Manning, and Mark Bryant on the floor for Phoenix. They have scored 6 straight. 5:45 to play in the half. Shot clock at 4. I'm not sure Manning knows it's at 2 now. 1. He hooks short. Tap Bryant, no. Mark Bryant aggressive inside, and he hooks and hits.
A pretty good hustle from Bryant. There's a big body in there, George. Out of Seton Hall. It'll get the work for the hard, tough points. Very fundamentally sound player.
8 straight for the Suns. They're down 3. Joe D for 3. Off the heel, Chapman reaching over Nash for the rebound. 5:15 to play in the half. Rex Chapman against Joe D. Ceballos against Curry. Manning drives Mills and a dunk. 10 straight Phoenix points. And they're within 1.
They've woken this crowd up. That was just a good quick move from Danny Manning. Didn't hesitate one bit. Got the step on Terry Mills and flushed it.
Joe outside has Manning on the switch. Gets right by him, gets to the rim, and draws the foul. Mark Bryant had to go over and foul him.
Foul on number 2, Mark Bryant.
That'll get Joe a pair. Get this run stopped.
This was a moment ago. The front from Danny Manning.
Number 4,
Just good quick move. T. Mills couldn't react, and Danny gets the easiest 2 of the night.
Joe eyes the rim. First one short, 30-29. Pistons 6 out of 7 now at the line. The scores on the second. 7 for 8 from the strike for the Pistons. They have the Suns down a deuce, 31-29, 4:39 till halftime. Ceballos against Curry. Bryant against Otis is back. Backs him down, and Joe D ties him up.
Good hard double team. We'll see Joe look from the sky cam as he comes from behind the defense, or the offense, excuse me.
Hey, he ripped it away from a big, strong power forward. Looks like Bryant jumped the ball there. Instead of awarding it to the Pistons, Mark Wunderlich will throw it up again. Outside it comes to Nash. Nash against Lindsey. Ceballos against Curry. And inside we get a Grant Long foul, whistled by Ed Rush. Second on Grant. Grant Hill on the Piston bench with a pair of fouls. 4:19 to play in the half. Pistons 31, Phoenix 29. And they throw it away. The Ceballos pass to Manning off his knees and out of bounds. Grant Hill with 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. but 2 fouls.
Be interesting to see how long Doug sits him with the 2 fouls, whether he goes into halftime with 2 or gives him a shot with a couple minutes to go.
Lindsey against Nash. Baseline to Grand Long. And it's off Danny Manning and out of bounds. The shot clock is at 5. Just under 4 minutes left in the half.
Number 7, Kevin Johnson.
Danny Ainge with Kevin Johnson back on the floor. For Nash, he gave KJ a long rest. Shot clock 4. Lindsey gets by KJ.
Lindsey
Dumps it down.
Boy, that was a
big basket.
Sweet hesitation move.
Look at Manning finding Ceballos, but the Pistons wouldn't let him finish.
Fouls on number 43.
Grant Long with his 3rd foul, and here comes Grant Hill back with 3:48 to play in the half.
Phoenix gets the ball inbounds quickly after the Lindsey Hunter make. Look at that transition offense.
2 shots.
2-on-1, and the foul has to be taken on Ceballos, otherwise he would have had a dunk.
Pistons 33, Phoenix 29. Ceballos makes.
Number 33, Grant Hill. Number 42, Theo Ratliff. Into the Pistons.
Theo Ratliff checks in with Grant for Grant Long and Michael Curry.
Ceballos, since coming back to Phoenix, a 4-game stint so far, over 24 points and almost 10 boards a game, so he's made an impact immediately.
Oh yeah, Ceballos makes twice there, and the Pistons, who got their first field goal in over 5 minutes on their last trip, come at it again with a 2-point lead. And now Grant Hill's in the ball game. Otis inside, and a foul called. He's too much for Ceballos in there. 2 on Ceballos.
You get a look at the post-up. Otis Thorpe over the back. Cedric Ceballos.
13 foul on the Suns. 3.5 to play in the half. Grant with a jump stop gun. Off it comes to Bryant. Ceballos wide of the lane. Manning against Theo. Chapman goes back to Ceballos. Clock at 7. Clang off the iron. Lindsey trying to save it. But it's off the back of the backboard. And the Suns get a fresh 24. Here comes. That cameraman stood in there tough and got us a good shot. Courtesy of Pete Scorch, our director. Manning throws it up, no, and Otis rips it down. 33-31, Pistons. Illegal defense called on Phoenix. And we'll get a timeout taken here. 2:43 to play in the half. It's the Pistons 33, the Suns 31 in Phoenix. On this holiday evening on the Pistons Television Network.
To the Suns lineup, number 15, Danny Manning.
Loren Meyer back in the ball game for the Suns for Danny Manning with Bryant, Ceballos, Chapman, and Kevin Johnson. A little over 2.5 to play in the half. Joe feeding Otis. The hook over Bryant. He hits it.
Pretty out of the timeout. Wanted to get Otis Thorpe involved. Good strong post-up move.
AJ penetrates, top side of Meyer. Fakes the shot inside for Bryant. Grant Hill with a hand on it, way up for Theo. Grabbed by Kevin Johnson from behind. That was a certain stuff. Instead, the first foul on Kevin Johnson.
Meyer tried to force one in there. The quickness of Grant Hill. Theo almost still got a 3-point out of it. He was able to get the shot off. As KJ didn't completely wrap him up.
Touche.
Good body control by the Ratliff.
Missed the first free throw. Hot Rod Williams replaces Bryant.
Number 2, Bryant.
Boy, Bryant started 9 for Hakeem Olajuwon last year in Houston. Averaged 17 and 7 boards. You know, just telling the coach, if I could just get some minutes.
Always.
Theo gets the split.
2 minutes, 2 minutes.
Pistons by 5. Just under 2 to play in the half. Ceballos to Meyer for the baseline gun. It won't go. Rebound Joe.
5 on 4. Ceballos comes up limping.
Grant to Otis. And the Suns come away with it. Ceballos still at about a step and a half.
Yeah, they caught a break, definitely. They needed 20.
Shot clock at 10. Ceballos gets rejected by Theo.
Doesn't have the same lift.
Now you look at it, a minute and 10 to play in the half. Shot clock down to 10. 2-time on Grant. Lindsey's open. Sticks the triple.
Yeah, beautiful. Joe could have taken it. Lindsey, the open man, after the Suns double team, and he just buries the long 3.
39-31 Pistons. Chapman from downtown. Off it comes to Theo. Things have picked up a little since Grant Hill came back in the game.
Well, it's still been a defensive struggle, as evidenced by the score, but a very physical game as well.
Lindsey misses this one, didn't get any iron. Otis knows it, clocks at 4. Joe backs down, the turning gun goes. He had it all the way.
That was tough.
Pistons by 10, and Phoenix wants a 20. Danny Ainge will take a 20-second timeout here in Phoenix. The Pistons have a 41-31 lead. And he finished his career here. Got to the finals with the Suns in '93. Portland in '92. And then you look back at those 4 trips to the finals in a row with the Celtics in the '80s.
252 WNBA or see a Phoenix WNBA representative.
Ceballos hit Grant Hill's foot and came up limping a moment ago. Stayed in the game, though. Hey, there's a shot to be had here. Look at Joe over KJ.
Yeah, that was just a tough shot. As you said, shot clock running down with about 2 left on it. Joe just shot over the top of KJ. Tough basketball.
Chapman, Kevin Johnson, Wesley Person, Meyer, and Ceballos for Phoenix against Lindsey and Joe. Michael Curry and Ratliff and Otis.
And they'll use it all here. Not much difference between game clock and shot clock. Like the Pistons, they like to get KJ in the open floor like they do for Grant Hill. Let him break down the defense, either take the shot himself or kick it if help comes.
Meyer comes to screen. KJ to the rim. Missed it. Rebound tapped out. Ceballos from the corner at the horn. He hit it. It's a long 2. And at the half, in a wild one in Phoenix, it's the Pistons 41 and the Suns 33. Stay with it as the Pistons continue their western swing here on the Pistons Television Network. Individually, Lindsey leads the Pistons with 10. Cedric. Ceballos leads the Suns with 12. Grant Hill to the rim, driving and dunking, and he has 10. Now to go with 3 rebounds and 2 assists, and the Pistons lead by 10.
Oh, a nice way to open up the half.
Play that number, Kelly. 43-33. 11:36 to play in the third. And the Suns will keep, but the shot clock's at 14.
One-on-one, he just beat Ceballos. Where's the interior defense? No white shirts there. Grant Hill all the way to the rim.
Kevin Johnson gets the hot rod screen, and Lindsey nearly picks his pocket. That slingshot jumper. Off it comes to Otis.
Lindsey had 3 steals in that first half.
Otis has 8 rebounds. Lindsey as good as it gets in the quick hands department. Grant Hill goes baseline and sticks it.
Well, I'd say he's a little upset that he had 2 fouls and had to sit and only played 19 minutes. He's used to coming out for...
He might go the rest of the way.
Or so, yeah.
The Suns down a dozen, want a 22nd timeout. They take a 20, and Doug Collins' team comes out with some fire in the eyes here to start the second half against the Suns. Now crossover.
Yeah, he just went back. Ceballos backed up, anticipating the drive-by, and Grant pulled up. So he showed him a couple of things already to make him think about the next time.
That had to make some Piston fans who were here happy, including Alice Cooper.
Now, George, you didn't know who that was, did you?
Matter of fact, I did.
That is a legend right there. In fact, our producer-director, Pete Scourge, is in 7th heaven right now. We might not see the rest of the game. He's going to keep it on Alice the rest of the game.
Well, when Pete grows up, he wants to be just like Alice.
He is right now.
Suns with it. Second minute, second half. Ceballos from the wing. Otis with a board. Pistons lead 45-33. Meyer comes to 2-time with Ceballos against Grant. Jump stop gun off the high glass, in and out. Boy, he nearly nailed a beauty there. Here comes Kevin Johnson. Rocks the dribble against Lindsey. Wrong foot, gun on the run, no. Rebound, Otis.
Boy, Otis has owned the board, so it's at 3 to start this third quarter, 10 for the ball game.
He didn't give him his last one. The statistician, the official one, fell asleep. He should have 10. They have him with 9.
Pistons score.
We may get our guy to go correct him.
Yeah, they only correct the points. They never correct anything else, right?
Number 3, Max Chapman, returns to the Suns.
Here comes Chapman, speaking of points, back in the lineup.
Number 40, Loren Myers.
Loren Myers sits down. Pistons inside, Grant Hill against Chapman. Missed the double pump jump. Off it comes to Phoenix. KJ to Chapman, Rex from the baseline, got it.
That's Rex's game right there. Get out on the break and spot up in the corner. He's got great rise in his jump shot, and he can get going in a hurry. And they need some offense. They're struggling.
Lindsey firing. Hot Rod Williams rebounding. Pistons by 10, Suns ball. 9.5 to play in the third. KJ sticks it.
Danny Ainge wants some pressure from the Suns on defense. He wants them to pick up full court, see if they can get something going.
Double on Grant. Lindsey finds Theo. Theo going in the second half off the start. Certainly gives the Pistons some D, and he blocks Ceballos on the drive. Gets his first foul.
Fouls number 42, Theo ratliff.
See Ceballos go against
number 1, Cedric
Theo.
Ceballos at the line.
They get him for the body,
2 shots.
even though he got the block.
Cedric Ceballos makes. Doug Collins.
Terry Mills returns to the Pistons lineup.
Starts Terry Mills out on the floor and brings Theo back to the bench. Ceballos has come back to the Suns from the Lakers, makes twice, and has 14. Joe D against Wesley Person. Lindsey for three, and it's through. A Lindsey Hunter triple.
His third.
He has 13.
That's their bread and butter, George. As soon as they go to double Grant Hill, those shooters just spot up, and Lindsey 3 for 3 from behind the stripe.
Terry Mills checking Ceballos. Otis to help with some body on him, got the shot, but got Cedric too.
Fouls on number 50, Otis.
Just the first on Otis.
His first, second team foul.
Talking about Piston fans who are here. Len and Barb Trotta from Birmingham. Also Al Papazian from Birmingham. And thanks to the Trottas for a very nice cookout last night, huh, Kelly?
We had a ball. They were great. The hospitality was superb. The food was great. And the company was the best.
Doug Collins.
He thought so, too.
Also would agree.
Sure, there's a lot of people from the Detroit metropolitan area down here enjoying maybe the winter months in the warmer climate as we have.
Sure.
Beautiful area.
Ceballos gets two, 48-41 Pistons, 8:08 to play in the third. Double team on Grant Hill. Lindsey deep, drills it.
Well, they're going to have to change their defense.
4 triples for Lindsey.
Same exact play, the post up, the double team, the kick out, and Lindsey makes him pay.
Otis with another board. Off the Phoenix miss. Pistons by 10. Lindsey again, this time deeper. Just misses to Chapman. Looking way up. Hot Rod Williams lays it in.
Williams from Rex Chapman.
Now that's one thing, George, that the long shot can lead to. If you don't have people rotating back on defense, a long rebound will cause a run out for the offense.
Grant on top against Chapman. They swing it to Joe for 3. And that one's through. Joe D drills it. He has 8. Pistons 54. Suns 43. Ceballos from the wing. Off the iron it comes. Hot Rod Williams top side to Johnson. Kevin Johnson misses the triple. Saves the rebound for Ceballos. Now KJ from the corner. Off the iron, Grant Hill rips the rebound down.
And that's one thing that KJ hasn't taken a lot of threes this year, George. Only 38 attempts, and he's usually a killer on a three-point line, though he is shooting almost 45%.
Pistons lead him by 11. And we'll get a kick ball. Pistons will get a fresh 24, but first we'll get timeout as you look at Kevin Johnson. Pistons 54, KJ and the Suns 43. This is the Pistons Television Network. Put it on the plastic. Chuck Daly for Saturday night sold out, but the festivities begin at 7. Pistons out of the timeout go inside to Otis for the dunk.
All right, beautiful. Grant Hill once again. Penetration the key, and the unselfishness with the dish to OT.
Chapman trying to go baseline on Grant. Hot Rod Williams way short. Off it comes to Terry Mills. Five and 55 to play in the third. Grant Hill thinking about the 3. Now the step-up gun. He got it in the face of Ceballos.
Yeah, that's what makes him so smart, George. The great spacing by the Pistons on offense. Took that extra step in, shortened up the shot. Ceballos still gave, but gave him too much room to knock down the jumper more in his range.
Kevin Johnson loses it. Missed the shot. Chapman drains it.
Rex Chapman, assist on review.
Yeah, that line is definitely in Rex Chapman's range.
Chapman leaps. He does have some leaps, and he knocks it away.
Good defense, fronting the post, getting a hand on it.
KJ on the other end nails it.
Now, just when you think the Pistons may be able to break this game open, Suns hang tough and come back right at them.
Still, it's the Pistons by 10, 58-48, 4:50 to play in the third. Grant Hill getting around KJ, and over to block the path is Chapman. Oh no, what kind of call is this from Mark Wunderlich?
Well, you know, it's funny, George, is Eddie Rush is out here in front of the play, and they blow through their whistle at the same time. Eddie Rush was going to call it a blocking, and he gave way to Wunderlich.
Doug Collins livid, and Wunderlich will give him a test.
Boy, you're talking about just a 1 second different. You might have had a different call.
Number 13, Steve Nash in the line to shoot the technical.
I'm telling you right now that Eddie Rush was going to call a blocking foul. No doubt about it. And Doug Collins has every reason to be upset.
Well, Ed nodding his head, but he can't change it now. And Nash makes the tech.
Well, there's a case of 2 whistles and 2 different guys having 2 different opinions. But the wrong one, as far as the Pistons are concerned.
Grant Hill playing a passing lane, but stepped out of bounds in front of Sean Corbett. Lindsey and Joe. Grant, Otis, and Terry Mills out against Steve Nash, who's back in. And Person against Doug Collins and company, as you see Alvin Gentry on his left and trainer Mike Abdenauer on the right. Nash, Person, Mark Bryant, Chapman, and Danny Manning now for Phoenix. Chapman against Grant Hill. Manning against Mills. Nash, quick passing to Person. That's a triple. 58-52.
And they've got their shooters in there. Along the perimeter, you've got to keep an eye on Person and Chapman.
6-point ball game. Joe D for 3. And that one's through.
It's a killer when you can answer with your own 3.
Take that. Joe D with 11. Pistons by 9.
George, they can get any shot they want. Phoenix has come out and they're trying to trap half court. Just get the ball in the middle and make the extra pass. You'll get an open shot.
7 Piston triples to 2 for Phoenix. Nash saving it for Manning.
Wow.
Deep to Person. It's almost at another counting. Way behind the old line. Of course, Grant Hill did that to the Lakers at the Horn to force the first of 2 overtimes and eventually get the Pistons a win in L.A. Joe with a shake and bake on Person. Gunning on the run. Tap Otis. Rebound Manning to Chapman. Bryant screen. Chapman sticks it. Good solid screen by Mark Bryant. And the lead is 7. Pistons 61 and the Suns 54. 3:08 to play in the third at the America West Arena in Phoenix.
There's the pressure once again. They're scrambling.
Lindsey's open. And it's out of bounds.
Over the backboard.
Over the backboard and out. 2:59 to play in the third. Pistons 61, Suns 54. Timeout in Phoenix on this holiday evening. This is the Pistons Television Network. Attention, Ford hourly employees with 35 years of experience. Hap's far and away the most experienced HMO-style health plan in Southeast Michigan. When quality counts, count on Hap. Call Hap, 313-872-8100.
And George, the Phoenix Open in town. On your left, Mike Holbert. In the middle, Justin Leonard. And right there leaning forward is Peter Jacobson. Those golfers in town this week for the nice weather. And, of course, the great golf at the Phoenix Open.
And some great basketball here tonight.
don't we wish we play as well as they do?
Close. Terry Mills with a reach-in foul.
A lot of teams are hoping that they wish they could play as well as the Detroit Pistons do.
Pistons right now up 7 on the Suns. Phoenix on an 11-3 run. Just under 3 minutes.
They're hanging tough.
Person airmails it to Otis. 2.5 to play in the third.
Got a mismatch with Chapman down low with Terry Mills. They're trying to get it to him.
Terry 2-time. Bryant coming over to help. Terry wheels to the lane. Double pumps off the glass. No. Chapman with the rebound. Ed Rush didn't call the walk because he didn't want to call the foul on Otis.
Yeah, Rex was trying to do a little acting there to draw a foul. He darn near did.
2 minutes.
Manning nearly had his pocket picked by Grant. Gives to Mark Bryant. Missed the hook to T. Mills. 6 boards for Terry. 61-54 Pistons. 1:44 to play in the third. Grant against Manning. Terry Mills finds Lindsey. Otis against Bryant. Grabbed by Bryant, no call. Powers him inside. Flips it up, no. Rebound comes to Nash. Chapman on the run. Great steal. Or at least a knockaway by Grant Hill to break up the break.
Another great hustle to get back because Chapman had a clear path to the basket. You're going to see Grant Hill catch up and cut right in front of Rex, but also go for the basketball, and the ball actually went off of Chapman's leg. But the referee's going to keep it down that end with the Phoenix Suns.
Kevin Johnson's back in the game in the backcourt with Nash, replacing Person. 3 guards really with Chapman in there. Bryant turning to the paint. We're going to get an illegal defense called on the Pistons.
Illegal defense warning.
And Otis wants an explanation since Ed Rush says he was in the wrong spot.
Second violation results in a technical foul.
You see Doug Collins there. Brian James behind him. No assistants had to be out scouting on this Martin Luther King holiday. We've got the full complement as Phoenix goes inside to Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, back
Lindsey
cut
the foul. That's his second.
You'll get a look. Johnson takes the ball out of bounds now. Rex knows he wants to go to Johnson. A back screen right there in the middle of the lane from the Meteor Sky Can gave us a great look exactly how the play developed. And the way Phoenix executed, KJ will get 2 from the line.
Kevin Johnson, 3-time All-Star. Had a heck of a career.
He said he's going to hang him up?
Yeah, it looked like he needs to, that's for sure. Terry Mills from the corner. Missed the triple. Kevin Johnson with a rebound. Pass ahead. Not long enough. Lindsey picks it off.
Yeah, one of the Pistons got a hand on it. Maybe a forced pass at that.
Pistons 61, Suns 55. Final minute, third quarter. Joe D against Kevin Johnson. Grant Hill against Chapman inside for the flying finger roll. Drew the foul.
Foul number 3.
Rex got him.
That's where you got to get help.
2 minutes.
When Grant comes off that screen and curls into the lane, you're going to see here help not there to step up, and you see Rex had to take a swipe at it and got a piece of Grant.
First time at the line in the quarter. Grant Hill misses the first. Michael Curry rests Joe D. Person from Mark Bryant for Phoenix. 39.4 seconds to play here in the third. Pistons 61, Suns 55. Grant has 14, 5 rebounds and 7 assists.
Number 9,
Litterial Green for Terry Mills now as Doug Collins makes a change. Grant gets it, and he has 15. Pistons lead by 7. Kevin Johnson gets to the paint. Dishes to Nash. Manning wheels. Person with a couple laid it in. Danny Manning found it.
Well, that's just motion offense. Kind of what like the Denver Nuggets in Doug Moe's days used to run.
Yep.
Just constant movement, constant movement. You cutter. And then finally, Manning with a nice pass inside the person.
Grant Hill now has Nash. Spins him. Finds Otis. On top for Green. Swipe by Person. Wesley Person for 3. Short. Nash taps it. No time. The third quarter's over and the Pistons lead them 62-57. They take a 5-point lead to the fourth. On this Martin Luther King holiday evening in Phoenix, this is the Pistons Television Network. Welcome back to Phoenix, where the Gorilla says, "Dunk you very much."
He's a dunking fool. That's entertainment.
Home quarter quick stats, field goals now. Pistons 43%, Suns at 38. Kevin Johnson at the foul line. Fires, fills it up. Tell you what's a three-point ball game. We got one here. Stick around. 11:40 to go in the game. Pistons 62, Suns 59 in our Budweiser scoreboard. Grant Hill against Manning. Terry for 3. Terry Mills misses. Manning knocks it out of bounds.
George, a couple of key stats, too, to think about. The Suns are 0-8 in games decided by 3 points or less, and they are 1-21 when trailing after 3. Pistons led after 3, if you see our score.
He got it. Grant Hill, the jump stop, got it. He got it. And that's big. 17 for Grant. Pistons by 5 with 11:15 to go. Kevin Johnson between the rings against Lindsey. Chapman in the corner, screen from Bryant. He sticks the triple. Bryant, Manning, Chapman, KJ, and the rookie from Santa Clara, Steve Nash, on the floor for the Suns.
Yeah, they ran Chapman along the baseline. A great screen there. Grant couldn't fight through, and Chapman wide open.
Joe against Nash. Fires foul line. Fills it up. Tough one-on-one work from the captain.
I'm sure Steve Nash has seen Joe Dumars play on TV. His rookie year, get enough close look.
But he didn't know how strong he was.
Absolutely, or how tall he is, too.
Chapman spinning and sticks it. Gotta be careful. This guy is streaky.
Yeah, that's Rex.
And he's a 16-point career scorer.
Well, he gets a little wild, George, and he'll take bad shots, but he also can make a lot of those bad shots as well. You said it, he's as streaky as they come.
Pistons have the Suns down only a deuce as Joe D works against KJ. Chapman a double. Joe with a turn and gun. Got it.
Wow.
Joe D's wearing them out, and the Pistons have to have it. Coming through big time.
I was going to say, on the other hand, he's just solid. Nothing funny about Joe.
Has a rock. Chapman again. Got it again. This time a long deuce. It's a 2-point game again. 68-66 Pistons. The crowd roared. Don't forget, in their last one, the Suns were much better in the second half and came back to beat the Knicks here. Joe again. The baseline fall away. Off the iron. Kevin Johnson for Chapman. Grant Hill with a block. It's tapped in by KJ. And we're all tied at 68. Some pressure. Doug Collins wants a timeout and gets it. 9:06 to go. Phoenix has come back to tie. We got a wild one. Stick around. This is the Pistons Television Network. Battle has just begun.
Now give credit. Phoenix is on a roll. KJ, the outlet to Chapman. KJ follows it up. But Rex Chapman has shot him back in this ball game. Remember, Detroit once had a 15-point lead. It's now tied.
Danny Manning had to grab Grant Hill out of the timeout. Doug Collins got the ball in Grant's hands. heading down the lane. Here he comes to get it from Joe. 9 minutes left. We're tied at 68. The Pistons and Suns in Phoenix. Lindsey against Nash. Grant against Danny Manning. Behind the back. Now the fall away. Short. Chapman for Phoenix. Layup for Manning. Great knock away by Joe and out of bounds. Well, he broke up a break and a bunny with a heads-up play.
Rex trying to keep the momentum going by almost making a spectacular pass.
Yeah, I think Joe would have been a strong safety. He looked like a free safety there.
Yeah.
Bryant facing jump hook, and he hit it. And the Suns lead 70-68. Joe D against Kevin Johnson. Otis in the post, looks for it against Bryant. Turns down in line, flips it up short. Bryant boards. Pistons stuck in the mud. The Suns energized. Bryant again. Cap Manning, no. And an Otis foul. Pistons playing with great hustle and heart. He can't get anything to drop right now.
Yeah, they're out of sync offensively, and George, like you said, on the other end, Phoenix is loose, and they're a dangerous team when they play loose because they've got a lot of weapons offensively.
The best news really is that we have 7:52 to go.
Absolutely. Not even time.
Plenty of time.
Panicking.
You would hope for the cream to rise to the top.
They've got to settle down and get good shots down at their offensive end and just pick that defense back up. Phoenix has come at them with a little run, as most NBA teams do.
8-0 in the last 2-0-8.
You've got to survive that and get back to your game plan.
Saw Hot Rod Williams cheering from the bench a moment ago. Manning gets 1 for 2. Hello to Gale and Vern Holtzlander in Sparta, Michigan from our A2, Doug. Helping us do a great game here in Phoenix. 7:40 left. Pistons down 3. Terry Mills for 3. 3 Mills ties the ball game at 71 with 7.5 to go.
Well, 3 just spotting up out there. Once Grant gets that penetration, his T. Mills' man left, and he was the open shooter.
Nash can't drive, and Lindsey steals. Kevin Johnson fouled him, got away with it. Lindsey lays it up and in. A head slap for KJ wasn't called, but that's all right because Lindsey got the bunny.
Great quick hands, his 5th steal of the ball game.
Don't look now, but the Pistons have the lead back. 73-71, 7 minutes to go.
And for just a moment, taking the crowd's excitement out of it.
Mark Bryant inside against Terry Mills. Terry called for the foul. That is his 3rd. Pistons have 2 team fouls. Suns 1. 6:52 to go in the game. Grant knocks it away. Terry Mills tips it back to G. Hill, and the Pistons force the turnover.
KJ was open too with the post up in the middle of the lane, but good pressure on the basketball. They tipped that pass from the entry of Rex Chapman.
Grant with a crossover. The deep dish to Terry. The three-point gun goes. A Terry Mills triple.
3 Mills open. The scouting report says so. He's going to burn you.
Pistons by 5. KJ drives, flips it up lefty and in. You got to keep him out of the lane.
He's tough, and he really looks to penetrate more and more as the game goes on.
Backcourt pressure. Suns trapped. Joe finds Grant Hill by himself. Spinning on Chapman. Fires. Short. Otis trying to hustle it down, but Mark Bryant has it. Otis is on the deck. Right now it's 4-on-4 with Otis and Bryant hustling back. Here's Terry Mills, knocks it away from Manning. Kevin Johnson with a prayer, no answer. Otis, who got down on the defensive end, has the rebound.
Yeah, KJ put that up, George, with the feeling that he was going to be fouled. None was called. He said it wasn't prayer.
And we're going to get a Piston timeout with 5:35 to go in the game. They lead by 3, 76-73 in Phoenix. This is the Pistons Television Network. There's last year's hero, Michael Curry, who you just heard about on Link to the Past.
Who knows? He still might have a part in this ball game.
Pistons on an 8-3 run in just over 2 minutes. They have a 3-point lead in Phoenix. Barbara and Bob Speck want to thank their son and daughter-in-law Mark and Jan for great seats as Christmas presents to tonight's game.
Let's see what they run out of this timeout. You know it's a set play.
Lindsey open for 3. Around and off. Tough luck. Manning boards.
Executed well, got the shot they wanted and wide open, just didn't get the roll.
5 minutes left. Manning driving. And up on top, and Otis foul is called. That is his third.
His third team foul.
Pistons' third team foul. New clock for the Suns, who trail 76-73. Another nail-biter, 5:05 to go. Bryant against Mills. Mark Bryant, tough inside tonight.
He's a good low-post player. Very sound, knows how to use that big body. And he's a scorer down there.
Pistons by just 1, 76-75.
He's working on the defense as well. Look at Otis and Mark Bryant go at it.
Go to OT, 5 on the clock, and Bryant finally with too much body and then grabbed him.
Tell you what, like a couple of alignments for the Packers and the Patriots going out there in the trenches. Mark Bryant and Otis Thorpe.
Look at this.
That's physical basketball.
4.5 left. New clock for the Pistons, who lead by 1. Just the Suns' second team foul. Joe in the lane. Here's the fall away. Otis wanted to touch it, but thought it'd be offensive goaltending.
Took that extra bounce. If it did, he had to tip in.
Look at Lindsey. Pick KJ's pocket in the lane. Bryant gets it back somehow, though, and sticks it. Ouch. That hurts. 77-76 Suns. 4:05 to go. Grant against Manning. Gary Mills swings it to Joe D. Lindsey from the corner. Out of bounds.
Suns ball.
Phoenix with a 77-76 lead in the ball.
Yeah, Phoenix trying to force the issue with this trapping all over the court. Detroit's getting pretty much anything they want as we get a look at Lindsey with the near steal. All they have to do is move the ball around. They're getting wide open shots. If you knock them down, you're going to make them pay.
Bryant, the shot clock at 10. Backs to the paint. Turning, got it. Got it. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's one tough shot there.
He's gone to work. That's about 3 or 4 in a row for Mark Bryant down there, who now has 12.
He wants that job back right now from Loren Meyer.
Tell you, with a performance like this tonight,
I think
he deserves it.
And he'll drive it. Lindsey again, passes it up. Joe from the corner. Off the iron.
Right now, George, the shots are there. They're not knocking them down. They might have to think about taking the ball to the basket, not settling for threes.
Ceballos rejected by Otis. They're going to call this a foul. This is 4. Take a look.
His fourth team foul. Number 1, Cedric ceballos at the line.
Again.
No one back. Ceballos sneaks behind the defense. You see the contact on Ceballos' head.
2 shots.
He'll get 2.
3:01 to go. That's all. Suns 79, Pistons 76.
Not too long ago, the Pistons held that 3-point lead. Last 3 possessions have been, I believe, 3 missed 3-pointers for Detroit. Open ones at that, but
Detroit broadcaster Barry Zait's father is here. on vacation. Size 8. Hoping the Pistons can come back, but now they trail 81-76.
Now, sometimes you live by the 3 and you can die by the 3 as well.
Well, they've had wide open long guns. You're right. Here comes Grant Hill against Manning. Terry Mills screen. Grant to the basket. Through the foul. 2:51 to go. That's all.
No, that's smart. They really needed some kind of scoring from the inside. You're going to see Grant says enough of the 3s. Let me see if I can make something happen going to the basket.
Pistons haven't scored since the 6:25 mark until right then. A 10-0 Suns run, but Grant gets the first one down, and the Pistons are back within 4, now 3.
Now, similar to the other night in L.A., got to put the string together here, defensive stops.
Phoenix takes a timeout. We have 2:46 to go. The Suns by 3, 81-78. These are just I haven't picked anybody yet out of this list. I want to see who does something if we do win. Yeah, there's a little note down there. There's a note there. Welcome back to Phoenix. One knows watching the game tonight. We have a lot of great anthems at Cobo and later. But before I tell you who that is, I put Kelly up for the dunk of the game for Dunkin'
It's that time
Donuts.
again, George. Time to make the donuts. Grant Hill with a quick move and a flush early in the first half. That's our Dunkin' Donuts dunk of the game.
Driving is Kevin Johnson with 2:38. That's all to go in the game. Knocked out of bounds. Shot clock at 11. Wesley Person, Chapman, Manning, Bryant, and Kevin Johnson on the floor for Phoenix. Against Lindsey and Joe. Otis, Grant Hill, and T. Mills. 3 on the clock. KJ gunning. It's a triple. 84-78 Suns.
Now, he knew that clock was running down. You could sense he wanted the 3. He got it.
All right, Pistons need a little execution here. Clock at 7. Grant Hill double. Joe with the clock at 4. Squares up and gun.
2 minutes.
Tapped up and in. Lindsey Hunter with a great sneak tap. He has 20, and that was huge. Absolutely huge. They're back within 4 with 1:50 left.
You're right. Had to have it. Lindsey crashing the boards from outside.
Person in trouble. Nowhere to go with it. Clock at 6. Chapman from way downtown. Great. Well, you got to live with that, I guess.
Yeah, that's why
George dialed that one up long distance.
we talked about it. That's his type of shot.
Terry Mills trying to answer. Joe hustles the rebound down. 1:25 to go. Down 7 to the Suns in Phoenix. Lindsey for 3. And it's through. 1:14 to go.
Never say die. They're staying in it.
Kevin Johnson driving. And a Lindsey foul.
Number 1, Lindsey Hunter. He's third in the penalty. Number 7, Kevin Johnson at the line. 1 plus the penalty or 2
You
shots.
see KJ one-on-one against Lindsey. Had to take the foul. KJ will go to the line.
He missed the first. $16 for 21 now from the stripe for the Suns. 3 out of 5 for KJ. Scores on the second.
20 seconds.
88-83 Phoenix. 1:05 to go, and the Pistons take it 20. Doug Collins gathers his team around. No time to get shook, especially after all they've been through. especially Saturday night in LA.
Yeah, nothing's out of the realm of possibilities. Now, it's not a situation where you need a three. You've got to get a good shot. But my, what have the Phoenix Suns have done tonight. They have made some incredible shots. They've hung in there. They've come back from a 15-point lead, and with the time running out and the shot clock, Rex Chapman buries a long triple without hesitation. Lindsey Hunter,
though, answers. (88-83) Phoenix. 1:05 to go. Hot Rod Williams in a basketball game. Tried to sneak in for Phoenix.
You can't substitute unless the team that called the 20 makes a substitution. The Pistons called the 20. They did not make a change, so that means Hot Rod has to go out of the ball game.
We only have 1:05 left, and the Pistons trail by 5. Joe, Grant Hill, Terry Mills, Lindsey, and Otis coming to work. Lindsey, three-point got it.
Oh, he knocked.
He's fallen down. No call. Joe from the corner for three, and it's through. Don't get flustered. You know Joe wouldn't. Now it's a two-point game, that's all.
It looked like there was contact on Lindsey as Chapman and he bumped, but no call. But what a play by Joe.
Phoenix takes time. We have 43.5 seconds to go, that's all. And the Pistons are down to 88-86. The finish in a moment on the Pistons Television Network.
Big shot after big shot. The Lindsey Hunter miss near contact, but watch the hustle by Joe Dumars. Spots up for the three and buries it, cuts it to 2.
Number 43,
there was contact there.
For 6, Terry Mills.
Joe ran right for that corner,
Number 1, Cedric
behind the line, and responded.
Number 11, Wesley Person.
Phoenix has a foul to give when they're on defense.
Bryant works against Otis. Their clock's at 5. Ceballos hooks. No! Rebound ripped down by Grant. Playing keep away in backcourt. And the Pistons will take a timeout. 28.5 to go. They get the ball back down just a deuce in Phoenix. This is the Pistons Television Network. Ceballos is Dennis Rowland, the Detroiter. Living in Phoenix now, the Concord Jazz recording artist. Big Grant Hill fan. Done a lot of great anthems for us back in the Motor City. Here to cheer the Pistons on tonight. Great finish.
Can they do it again?
28.5 to go. Here we go.
Phoenix has 1 to give.
Down 2. Grant with a drive, and he's grabbed.
And there it is. Almost waited too late. Sometimes that happens. You have 1 to give. And you're worried about when to take it, how much time to let off the clock. Here, Grant turns the corner. And tell you what, that was a smart play by Danny Manning. Otherwise, Grant had himself a layup and maybe a three-point play.
Now Rumeal Robinson will see his first action tonight.
Number 20,
Terry Mills' teammate on the '89 NCAA champs at Michigan for Bryant.
Number 2, Mark Bryant.
Bryant comes out. Pistons down 2, 88-86, 21.7 seconds to go.
Well, they've got a small team in right now, Phoenix.
Good chance for a second shot. 13 seconds down, 12. Grant over Chapman, gunning short. Trying to keep it alive and pulling it down is Manning. They go to Chapman. And the Pistons foul with 4.9 seconds left.
Number 6.
Well, 1-on-1. Grant backs him in. He gets the shot he won. Just a little short, though. You can't ask for more than about an 8-footer, George.
Chapman made it a tough shot.
Pretty good defense, absolutely. And
Otis had great position, but the rebound came long.
Came hard off the rim. And, hey, Grant Hill is certainly human, though he's done some unhuman things or inhuman things.
Well, the clock reset to 5.2. Manning if the line gets the first.
Oh, this is the big one right here.
Exactly. Missed it. Rebound, Grant, timeout. 4.4 seconds left. How about that? Phoenix by 3. Stay with it. Another 28-foot triple off the glass from Grant Hill to force overtime like they got Saturday in L.A.
Might not be a bad idea. It worked last time. Why not once again? But there's two schools of thought here. Obviously, Phoenix has to decide, are they going to play tough D? Are they going to switch everything, not let them take the 3? Maybe they can foul as well. You know, there's just two schools of thought here. Some people say, well, we don't like fouling because you might foul too late. You know, we've seen many, many times where someone take that last 3 and knock it down.
Well, they took their delay of game warning to set the defense. Yo having trouble. Bounces for Grant Hill. KJ steals. Kevin Johnson with a steal. And they really celebrate in Sun Country. An upset in Phoenix. And that's 2 in a row by the Suns. They got the Knicks and now the Pistons, and they won 5 straight at home. And finally, on the 19th of January, the Pistons get to double-digit losses on the year.
You see Joe in trouble. Hard, no one came to the basketball. Real good defense from KJ. Grant made a good cut to get open, but actually KJ came from behind George. He wasn't watching Grant. Grant never saw him. He stepped in front from behind, took the pass away, and Phoenix gets themselves a huge win.
The Pistons are 28-10. They lose a nail-biter in Phoenix, 89-86. This is the Pistons Television Network.